Hello and welcome to today's video. And in today's video I'm going to show you this false ceiling light that I've modified thanks to a guy on Estley. His shop is called Simon's Wood Designs. More about that later on in the video. I did some measurements and basically I've made a wooden box for this false ceiling light. The light is not square, so you have two shorter sides and two slightly longer sides, and then there's two infill bits which make the light square again underneath. We'll go into more details of that in a minute, but first I think we'll turn it on. So in 3, 1, 2, 3. And once more. Now these are the light fittings that share two 2-foot 18-watt fluorescent tubes T8s with a single ballast, and they use series pair starters. I've shown this in a couple of videos, but now it is fitted in a kitchen. Main reason being that the light that was in here just wasn't bright enough. So I think what we'll do is show the light that used to be in here, and then we'll move on, show you the insides of the light and the way I have built this light and fitted it to the ceiling. So this is the light fitting that I have removed. Originally it would have had 3 50-watt halogen bulbs in, and at some point I changed them to these LEDs. These are a Tesco brand. Some writing on there. 4.5 watts, 27,000 K, and a bit more information on it there. But the problem is they don't really light up this room. They sort of make spots of light, and it's not good. So I've replaced it with the fluorescent light. Now, before this light was fitted, ironically, there was a fluorescent light fitted in the kitchen, and I'll show you that now. Now this light fitting is a 2-foot single fluorescent light, and apart from the ends going yellow, it was a very good light. But we all thought that, should we say, halogen spotlights were more cooler, so everyone on the house and estate started ripping these light fittings out of the kitchens, and some of them, like me, fitted spots with either 3 or 4, and some people went even further and fitted them in the ceilings themselves. But with a north facing window, this room gets virtually no light whatsoever. So I've gone back to the fluorescent light fitting, but this time I'm using my false ceiling light. So I think what we'll do now is show you the insides and some of the instructions and information that's on it. So this is the inside of the light fitting with the shade removed. I'll just move the shade slightly out of the way, and then we'll turn the lights on again. We have a starter that is a bit slow sometimes in kicking in, but I can soon get some new ones of those. But it always fires up the light. I've used old tubes in this light for now, just temporarily, but the tube is getting close to end of life on the right hand side, but still works absolutely fine. So what we'll do is we'll go hands free and show you a bit more of the information on this light. Always remember, if you fit a light with a metal shade, to connect the earth connection, just in case anything happens. The wiring inside, I'm going to turn the lights off for this, is quite simple in this place. It's just one wire that comes in, no ring, neutral, earth and live. Here is the ballast and its information. The tubes are Sylvania's, and I think we can get a good view of this one. Yep, Sylvania Luxline Plus 18W 835s white, and then we've got their website address and made in the EU. I've got some more of these that are made in Germany. The starters are original to this light fitting, and they are Fitzgerald series single, series pair starters, 4 to 22 watts. And I say, apart from one that's not very good, all the others work fine, but this is a second-hand light fitting. The information, there is the maker's mark, Fitzgerald lighting. Some more information telling you 4x18 watt 240 volts, and I think we have a little pass sticker here dating back to 13th of the 4th 2005 at 1541. Now, false ceiling lights are not actually square. They're actually designed to fit in 2 foot by 2 foot panels, but the tubes themselves are 2 foot long. So this side is exactly 2 foot wide from this point just here to this point just here. However, this direction, it's 2 foot to here, but the actual light fitting goes to here. I can show you that on the inside. So you've got this step back bit. So what I did is I got 2 pieces of wood made. I'll show you, I'll put the measurements in below. And these are basically to infill the gap where the false ceiling would be if it was it would be. So when the shade is up, there is no massive gap. I'll turn it that way, it's brighter. And then I've used 4 pieces of wood on the outside, and the 2, of course, on this side. I'll just pause and reset up my camera. Yes, so the 2 on this side are slightly longer, and I've also gone for an unusual pattern of having a butt joint just on the one side and then flush to this side, and then the butt joint round there. So it goes round in a kind of pattern, and I've done that to basically to try and avoid wood shrinkage and gaps appearing. Now, at the moment, the light is done in a wood finish. I don't know whether I should paint it white. You can tell me what you think in the description below. Now, to fix it to the ceiling, I've used 2 of these T-brackets. This screw and this screw go through into the ceiling. These 3 little screws actually hold a blank on the other side. So before I put the screws in, the spacers didn't move. There is a gap between the ceiling and the light fitting just to allow heat to escape. And that's about it, really. So I think the best thing to do now is put this light back together. So as I said, Simon's Wood Designs is the Estley site where I got the wood from for this light fitting. He does different sizes of blanks, and you can order them as well. He also sells some other seasonal and interesting little gadgets as well, like bee homes and robots and some other items as well. I'll leave a link in the description below to his site, as well as the dimensions of the wood that I've used for this light, bearing in mind that your light fitting may be a slightly different size due to different makes. So I'd like to say thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe, and see you again soon. Goodbye. Perfect.